locations in the Promised Land that were set aside as places of residence for the Aaronic priests and their families. Of the 48 cities given to the tribe of Levi by Israel's other tribes, 13 were assigned to the Kohathite priests of Aaron's family. Jos 21. 1-42. 1ch6. 54-81 The tribes of Judah and Simeon gave them 9 cities, and 4 were given by the tribe of Benjamin. Thus, all the cities of the sons of Aaron, the priests, were 13 cities and their pasture grounds. Jos 21. 4, 9-19 These cities were Hebron, a city of refuge, Libnah, Yatire, Eshtemoa, Holin, apparently Hilon, Debir, Anashan, Jutta, Bethshemesh, Gibeon, Cheba, Anathoth, and Almon-Almeth, all except Jutta and Gibeon again being named at 1 Chronicles 6. 54-60 David sent word to priests in their various cities to gather together when he was about to bring the Ark of Jehovah to Jerusalem. 1ch 13. 1-5 And specific reference is made to the appointment of men to distribute contributed portions to their priestly brothers residing in priest cities during King Hezekiah's reign. 2ch 31. 11-19 Prince. See leader, noble, prince. Prisca old woman. Priscilla middle. Silla little old woman. The shorter form of the name is found in Paul's writings, the longer form in Luke's. Such a variation was common in Roman names. Priscilla was the wife of Aquila, with whom she is always mentioned. The two showed fine Christian works and hospitality not only to individuals, but also to the congregation by having congregation meetings in their home in both Rome and Ephesus. Because of Emperor Claudius' decree, Aquila and his wife left Rome and went to Corinth in about 50 CE. Not long after their arrival, Paul joined them in tent-making. Acts 18. 2-3 They travelled on with Paul to Ephesus, remained there for a time, and were instrumental in expounding the way of God more correctly to the eloquent Apollos. Acts 18. 18, 19, 24-28. 1 Co 16. 19 Returning to Rome for a time. Row 16. 3-5 They later travelled back to Ephesus. 2-4. 19. 1-1. 3 Their personal otextoi acute miritra longo. Procession 690 assigned to wait upon those who had held prominent positions before their confinement. GE 39. 21. 40. 4. Prisons date back at least to the 18th century BCE, for it was then that Joseph was wrongly confined to the jail that was connected to the house of the chief of the bodyguard. GE 39. 20. 40. 3. 41. 10 This Egyptian jail apparently had a dungeon, or hole shaped like a cistern, where some prisoners were kept. GE 40. 15. 41. 14. Compare Issa 24. 22. The Mosaic law did not provide for prisons as a form of punishment, since justice was to be executed swiftly. Jos 7. 20, 22-25, only in cases requiring divine clarification do we read in the Pentateuch of individuals being committed into custody. La 24. 12. New 15. 34 Eventually, however, places of imprisonment came to be used by the Israelites. The prophet Jeremiah, for example, was held in the house of fetters, in the house of Jehonathan. This place of confinement had vaulted rooms, perhaps dungeon cells. Conditions were so bad there that Jeremiah feared for his life. Ch 37. 15-20 Subsequently he was transferred to the courtyard of the guard, where he got a daily allowance of bread, could receive visitors, and was able to conduct business transactions. Ch 32. 2, 8, 12. 37. 21. See also 1 Car 22. 27. 2 Ch 16. 10. Heb 11. 36. In the 1st century CE, according to Roman custom, the jailers or guards were held personally accountable for prisoners. Act 12. 19 Therefore, the jailer in Philippi, believing that his prisoners had escaped, was ready to commit suicide. Act 16. 27. For security measures, guards were often stationed at prison doors, and prisoners might have their feet put in stocks or have their hands chained to those guarding them. Act 5. 23. 12. 6-10. 16. 22-24. Some prisoners were allowed visitors. Mount 25. 36. Act 23. 35. 24. 23, 27. 28. 16-31. See bond. Jailer. As foretold by Christ Jesus, many of his followers experienced imprisonment. Luke 21. 12. Act 26. 10. Row 16. 7. Col 4. 10. Heb 10. 34. 13. 3. The Apostle John, in exile on the Isle of Patmos, wrote that imprisonment would continue to be a form of persecution.